Hey Tim, do you know who we've got with us today?
I have no idea who this man is.
We have the reigning new champion of the Toastie Battle.
And we're at Cabin Fever, this festival, in a cabin right now.
What's going on, boys? I got a story to tell you today, and I get pulled over by a state policeman. I responded with mishaps.
I sell them at work for $6 a dozen.
I mean, times are tough when the head chef is selling eggs at work.
All right, we're on.
Where it just sort of starts happening.
You got to turn that fan off, eh?
You don't have to... Then you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You just start talking.
Yeah, sweet. Hello.
Hey, fellas.
Hey Tim, do you know who we've got with us today?
I have no idea who this man is.
We have the reigning new champion of the Toastie Battle.
Really?
Toastie King. Official Toastie King reigning champion.
Jason, why didn't you just walk in and tell me that?
I've been telling everyone. I'm surprised I haven't.
So that was like Cabin Fever event, hey, the Toastie Battle. I loved it last year.
It's the highlight of my culinary career so far.
Yeah.
And then I ran into a salty chef at Shelter last night too that told me that damn Jason and Supper Road pipped him by 1 point. Is that right?
That is correct. It was actually tied.
Close battle.
We were tied with the Common, and Shelter were one behind us.
So Common won last year, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
They did a vote to the crowd, and somehow I was like, no chance, I'm not going to win this. Because
So you gated crowd. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Did you have judges this year?
no judges.
So
The
it's just
crowd,
crowd
voted,
Yeah.
and then they counted it up, and then it was level, and they just did one to the crowd to see.
And you got over the line.
Just got over.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Making a sanger.
Yeah, it was. I always like I've given the. It actually was.
Yeah.
I was actually nervous like doing it, and because Erin, who runs Cabin Fever, I'd always talk to her about it. I'd been to one like 4 years ago. I was like, I should go in this because every chef makes heaps of toasties at home, don't they?
Yeah, all day.
And always with leftovers. And that's what I went with. I always do bolognese with leftover ones at home.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So what was it? A
I just want the
bolognese?
crown.
Yeah, we do like a duck one at work. So I'm just use that.
Is that what you did for it?
Yeah, I did duck bolognese.
Duck bolognese.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
What did Common do? The first losers, what did they do?
They did a Reuben.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Fuck,
good.
that'd
It
be
was
good.
actually really good. I was like, fuck, this is good. Yeah.
Their one last year was great. It was almost like like South American Philly cheesesteak vibe. It was definitely the best.
Yeah, Philly steak would be nice.
Yeah. But who doesn't like a toasty?
Bolognese, cheese.
Yeah, had to have heaps of cheese. I used some Gruyere, some Cambrai Parmesan. Have you had Cambrai cheese before?
Best down here, eh?
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
I didn't know they made Parmesan.
Yeah, they do. It's really good as well.
Shit.
It was like an aged one. So I
Wicked.
just used that up, and I think I just chucked some basic shredded mozzarella through it too, just to give it that stringy vibe. But, yeah.
Regional.
Do you feel like you got to just keep putting stuff in it though? Like if it's now a Sanger competition, I'd be like, oh shit, I got to like
where do you stop?
keep putting
You're
stuff in this.
Yeah, well, we ended up putting zucchini pickle in it too.
Righto.
Like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. And then I had some leftover truffle scraps that I was just like microplaning into.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you should have said that. You should have said I made a truffle sandwich.
Yeah, sorry. Truffle
With-
duck bolognese cheese toasty.
Well, no wonder. You went all
zucchini
out, eh? Fucking hell. And a little bit of sweat.
A little bit of sweat. It was an interesting setup, the way they're doing it, because everyone ends up just cooking each other's toasties and cutting each other's toasties.
Oh, yeah.
So you end up just working as a team, which
It's
is
like a
cool.
production line.
That's
eh?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Unless you were trying to shaft someone.
I wasn't trying to shaft anyone. No.
So that's for Supper Road anyway, right?
Yeah, it was Supper Road, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out the whole team.
Yeah.
Before Jace gets
Both
it.
the Camerons did a great job that night.
Oh, two cam, dual cam.
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
dual
It's a car.
cams. So we've got two cams that work for us.
Yeah.
One's Cam Goldsmith and the other's Cam Smith.
Oh,
So that gets confusing.
Are they best friends?
No, definitely not.
They hate each other.
I wouldn't say they hate each other, no.
Just too much cam in one space.
I would.
Tims have that too. You can't have two Tims in a room.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's too much tea.
Yeah, it's too much.
I reckon if I was Goldsmith, I'd ham that up. Be like, gold.
Yeah.
Like, the only difference between us is I've got gold.
Way better.
Yeah.
But
Unless he's not.
they're both great and essential to our team to separate.
I haven't done.
Especially gold.
I've never done a morning podcast before, so I'm feeling it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm fresh.
It's fresh. Your mind's open as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
By the time we do them at like 4 p.m, some days we're coming back from all kinds of bullshit.
And we're at Cabin Fever, this festival, in a cabin right now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
It's
feverish.
going to get more feverish because we turn the. I guess that means his room is super efficient.
Casting cabin.
Casting cabin. That's what you said when you walked in. It
Yeah.
just looks like a casting couch. So I just disrobing.
I feel like
I wouldn't know what casting couch is, but
casting
I
bed.
don't know. It just sounds like two C words. It's cool. Yeah.
Fucking smashing it.
So last night we went to. Oh, we saw you last night as well. We
at Beer Farm.
At Beer Farm.
Yep.
And you brought a date, which was your daughter.
Yep.
That sounded weird as well. Again, I think I made a joke last night that was even weirder
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
it.
it was.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
We had some meat, and then we came back here.
It wasn't really just some meat.
A
Oh,
lot
it
of-
was a
Massive,
lot of
massive
fucking meat.
spread, hey?
yeah. Thanks for inviting me. I was like, well,
That's what we kind of
I
needed.
don't
the
have
help.
to make dinner tonight. Oh, thanks, guys.
Man, it was
Yeah.
wicked.
I like that pork belly, bro. The actual dish, like, was fucking sick. I like little pickles.
Yeah.
I think he was calling them kimchi pickles. I thought it was kind of that vibe.
Yeah, it was a little kimchi. Yeah, it was good pork.
Bit of Korean thing going on, something.
I just like those big steaks, man, and the fact that they're
There we go. Yeah.
they're on the farm.
Yeah.
You can eat one and look at one.
I
I'm
liked
for
it.
it. I don't know. Maybe Kerry Ann freaks out about that stuff. I was trying to talk it up to her, and she felt weird about it. But as a chef, I'm all for that, eh?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Look directly at it. Chew it. Look at it. Chew it again. Look at it again.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to eyeball the cow in the field. But I liked it too. I think it's cool.
I feel like you
And
should.
that's that. Yeah, and then you can just say like paddock to plate heaps,
Yeah.
and it just ticks all the boxes. It's just like keywords, right?
Yeah.
But it literally is.
I eyeball my chickens in the morning when I'm having scrambled eggs. I'm like, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Do you know which one's the eggs coming from? What you're using?
Now, when I first got them, you could, but now I've got no idea. Like,
Yeah.
we named them all at the start, and now I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
They all just look exactly the same.
Yeah, we had 4 at home for a while, and we named them all. And I used to know which eggs were which.
Oh, really?
But I was,
That's good.
yeah, I know that feeling. I'm just going, dude, you haven't laid in 3 days, bro. Like,
Yeah, well, ours have just had like 2 weeks not laying, probably
Yeah.
because of the change of weather or some shit. But
and then you just start going, is this when you eat them? You're like, what? You stop laying. You're not contributing to the household. I used to say to them, and
All
you're,
right.
you're not contributing.
Bullying chickens. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good farming.
But then you'll get like 40 in like 2 days, and you're like, well, now I've
I
got
do
too
this.
many.
Well, I sell them at work for $6 a dozen.
Oh, there you go.
Do ya?
Gee.
It was $5, but I've gone up with cost of living. For
There is inflation around.
Yeah,
It's
inflation
very
around, yeah.
correct.
What is it called? Someone says it shrinkflation. Is that a word?
It sounds good.
I'm not going to use it. But I think someone said it about rising cost of living, but I didn't get that bit. Maybe because I'm not an economist.
Maybe someone doesn't know
I
what
just
they're
know my
talking about.
mortgage went up like 11 times in fucking 3 months. I know that much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, times are tough when the head chef is selling eggs at work.
But he's also.
If it's someone's birthday, I give them a dozen. You know,
Do ya?
that's how nice a guy I
Oh.
am. You know.
Fucking A.
Thanks, Jason. Like, happy birthday. Here's a dozen eggs that
Yeah.
I didn't want or need, yeah.
Free range.
But he's also making the market price.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. He's going shrinkflation. They're going up 50 cents. Fucking,
Yeah, I love it.
it does. I would always do, yeah, you buying the cartons? They come in?
Yeah, I just take some from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Scissor them up.
So there's no,
Bring 'em back.
there's no outlay here. Oh, I guess you're feeding the chickens. What do you feed them anything? Do they eat meat?
Yeah, pellets. And for like our food scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we give them pretty much anything. My mum tells me off when she comes down, like she reckons they shouldn't have citrus or like onion scraps.
Yeah, but those are,
Yeah.
they eat it and they survive, right?
They're fine. They're still
Yeah.
laying. And mum had chickens. They'd lay like 1 egg every now and then. I was like, what do you know, mum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, mum.
Are you taking all the compost from work though? You got the boys
Yeah,
on
like
a compost bin.
like little
and-
like carrot peelings and stuff like that. And our boys are always doing that actually. Especially like Wednesday's a cracking day for composting.
You're now that guy walking around the kitchen like, oh.
We all do
Save
it.
that.
We all do it though, because like everyone's pretty conscious with that sort of thing, and then other guys have chickens as well. So not just me.
Yeah, we are down in the sustainable hub of Western Australia.
We were just talking about it, like, yeah, you couldn't find a bin. These are not whinges. This is just how it's sustainable.
Yeah.
There's no, like, random bins you don't need. There's no, everything's solar, seems pretty cool.
Yeah, all the kitchens, all the wineries and stuff have their all little garden beds. You guys got garden beds?
We've got like a garden out the front that
Because you are a catering company.
Yeah, catering
I mean, that's
company,
pretty to have a garden at a catering company is pretty sustainable.
Yeah, we've just got at times we have like lots of parsley, basil, and chilies and stuff like that. But we've got rosemary, thyme, sage, and all those sort of things growing, and citrus. But yeah, that's just at the front, so it's actually a free for all. Anyone could come past and grab it. But Reese, the owner, and Trevor, his father-in-law, they look after that pretty well for us, which is good.
Yeah, man. Fuck, you must be bored at work if you're making sangers and selling eggs.
We actually are in a quiet period at the minute. We've actually just been closed technically for 2 weeks.
But you do fuck tons of weddings and shit. Like your wedding season's hectic.
Yeah, so October to May is just like full on.
Yeah.
It kind of kept going though this year, pretty much all the way to Truffle, which was in the middle of June. So it was. How
did Supper Road start going up to Perth? Like there must have been demand or something, right?
I think we did randomly did a couple of weddings through people we may have known or something, maybe, and then that's word of mouth. People are at that wedding, then all of a sudden, I remember we did one in at Mounts Bay Sailing Club. You probably came to it, I don't know, but it was a friend of mine, and then her whole group of mates ended up using Supper Road for their wedding.
Yeah, okay,
pretty much. So.
Yeah, there's been a couple I've been on with you that you were like, that's my mate, or they would come up and go, beast, and all that sort of shit. You're like, all right, I know where this is going. Yeah.
Yeah. What's good wedding catering then?
What's good?
Yeah. What makes it good?
The actual food good or being able to work in it?
Well, I guess like you want to get more jobs, so you got to be good at a wedding, and then people go, shit, they're real good.
I think the biggest thing I've heard, most people freak out that there's never going to be enough food at weddings.
Yeah.
Which is something probably Supper Road does pretty well, is making sure there's plenty of food, and just making sure you cook. Don't try and do too much either. Especially we're cooking out of trucks most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But I don't know, just using good ingredients and making sure things taste well. But I don't try and make things too complicated. You want to have.
I like those. I don't know what you call them. The plates.
Banquet style.
Yeah, where you just do it's like 9 fish or something. So you do that amount. Yeah. And then you do the beef.
That's probably our most popular menu. The banquet style, we do like share style food, which is all like
it's for bigger tables.
I'd recommend you do it on like a long table. So like I don't know, if you've got 100 people, you're doing like plates of 10.
Shared food, right?
Shared food.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, and it's all plated up. Like it's easy for everyone. I always felt like I've never seen that. And then when you're doing it, I was like, this is actually fucking cool for everyone.
Easier on the kitchen too.
Less fucking plates.
Yeah, it is easier. You're busy for that period of obviously serving the food up, but it's easy to be organised for it too. Yeah.
So what's the setup? I don't know anything about this. You've got cooking trucks.
Yeah, we've got 4 trucks.
Jesus.
They're all kind of different, but all kind of the same as well. But
with flat grills and
flat grills, fryers, rational ovens.
They're like everything like a kitchen. Is it the kitchen? If you saw and you were like, oh shit, yeah.
Tight space? Everyone?
One of them's like real tight. The second one we got, but then we've just built a new one which is like really good and plenty of space.
And you like prep at your big kitchen, load up these trucks, all the food's in the truck.
Yep.
Drive it out there.
Yep.
And bang it out from the truck.
Yep. That's exactly pretty much it. Yeah.
So you don't even plate. Because usually I've done a heap of weddings where like the trestles come out and all the plates on the trestles and
we'll take a couple of trestles and stuff like that for just like for clearing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Usually.
What about dishwasher? You got a dishwasher in the truck?
Yeah, but
Bro.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like a...
Oh, no, I just meant like a human dishwasher.
2 of the trucks have dishwashers and the other 2 don't, but we try...
Do they?
Yeah.
That big one.
The big one and the new one has dishwashers in it.
It's at the back.
Yep.
That's right.
What a game changer.
We try to make sure that we're not cleaning. We clean our own plates that we take for like the banquet one. That's our own stuff. But or if we're in a truck that doesn't have a dishwasher, we'll just like scrape everything and then bring those back to the to our vast kitchen and clean them there on Monday.
Yeah.
Plates like people that eat off, we just scrape back in the boxes. Hire companies pick it up, so we don't really want that to be our problem. Because we used to do it, but all of a sudden you just be working like too late and just
yeah, just to help
and
other
they've
people.
got to put them through their dishwashers anyway, like by law.
Yeah,
the hire companies, so whatever.
Yeah, it's more just like you get them a bit wet or get the purees off. Really,
yeah,
purees and jus. You kind of
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think we should miss this opportunity. You fellas started together, so let's just shit talk Lockie for the next 35 minutes.
Yeah.
We've heard enough about weddings.
Yeah.
Let's get to the good stuff.
I think I was third year. I was just moments away from qualifying, and then it just dragged out.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you were at with that.
I was halfway through my second year, I think.
Okay. You're about the same.
Yeah.
Fuck, a couple of young bucks.
Yeah, I was so angry.
I can actually remember my trial. I
Was
can
he
remember my
angry?
trial. Angry? Yes and no. Like, but I was scared of him to start with.
Were ya?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Was it just because I was walking around with that attitude, or what? Or just
I don't know what it was, but no,
Right.
but very quickly he kind of became my best mate at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through fear.
Yeah, I think also me and him were always like the ones running the kitchen on a Friday night. And,
yeah.
you know, which was cool.
think
What's happening in Perth when two apprentices are running a Friday night?
Yeah, but you could, but also it was
It was Friday night was hit and miss, wasn't it? Like,
yeah. But also every night was because it was in the city.
Yeah.
We'd get absolutely reamed at lunch, and then you go back and do. I reckon 40 would be like absolute max. If I
40 was busy probably. Like,
Yeah.
Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't need
But
as many crew.
You would
just three of
do
us or something.
you would do like 120 for lunch at least.
Yeah.
I think on a Friday.
Yeah.
So,
in like an hour, like on someone's lunch break, they just come down from all the fucking buildings and just get factually punished.
but there was good things about that place. Was cool because Saturdays were like dead. So you'd
Yeah.
only have two chefs on a Saturday night, and we'd rotate. So you're probably only working 2 Saturdays a month.
Oh, yeah.
What a dream.
Yeah.
And even then, you'd have. It used to have. I think just rolling Sunday, Monday anyway. So it was either Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday for me from off the top of my head. So that was cool. Roster was cool.
Yeah.
Or you'd pick the second day, I guess.
And you're saying you remember your first day, your trial?
Yeah, I went. They made me. They're like, "Oh, here, can you make some? I think chocolate puddings, like one of those self-sourcing ones." And I had to make some like glass caramel, like cracked caramel. And I was like real nervous, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" But then I like quickly made those things, and I was like, "Oh," I actually felt like the desserts I was doing at my previous place were probably better.
Yeah.
So, but then I don't know, it got made feel comfortable pretty quickly, so it was good.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say he came over and shafted you.
No, he took me to the pub probably on my third shift or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quality.
We'd go to the place on Shafto Lane.
He took you aside. He said, "I know I look mean, but I'm actually really nice."
Well, there was another guy there.
I don't speak like that.
Another guy there at the time called Dan too. He was really cool.
I forgot about Dan.
Yeah.
He was the instigator for all the pints. I remember that. And then obviously it fucking got worse from there. But I remember he was the one that's like, we go to the pub every fucking, or maybe that's how I remember it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'd try and sink I remember hitting 5 pints in like an hour and a half and feeling so
Oh.
sick. Yeah.
It's a good effort.
Yeah, but like why? It was more to like, I don't know. But then you go back and do 20 covers, like wicked. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like I'll think about that now, like doing that. I would like shake my head.
Yeah, I know. I don't know for what reason in the world.
Like if
yeah.
I had an apprentice that was doing that, I'd be filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we did it all the time.
It's also so much money.
Yeah.
Like you think about all the money.
And you're just putting yourself in the shit,
Yeah.
like intentionally, just
Yeah.
for fun.
It feels good for like the first maybe 45 minutes to an hour when you get back and you just bars and everything's going on the stove. And then
Yeah.
you're like dockets. Oh. And then you start to like slow down because you're not still smashing pints. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, definitely not. No, we didn't. You had to put them all in your break, and then by 9 o'clock you crash.
We had this one dish someone put on as a special, and it was a fish dish, but it came with a shot of vodka, like chili infused vodka.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, so I don't remember who I was working with. That's why I don't remember who I was working with. It might have been you, it might have been Dennis. But it was like every time we sell a fish, we'll have a shot, and it just got out of control. Because then you're like thinking, "Fuck, if we sell 20 of these, we're fucked."
It's a lot of shots.
No one even questioned where all this booze went either. I remember. We just need to be made again.
No, times are different now. You got to account for everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot more bookwork going on in kitchens.
Yeah, yeah.
You just do whatever you want. He didn't go down. You've never seen him go down hard. Fuck something up terribly.
Not really, no. Unfortunately, I don't remember him fucking anything up.
I hate a solid chef.
He was a good chef.
Why would you remember that though?
Real
as well?
fast on the pans with like pastas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's where I got all my injuries in the end. In my hands were like RSI, and I got like early onset. Can't use your fucking wrist. Yeah.
Every time I try to help this thing, just
What are you
fucking.
doing, mate?
Do you remember
Because it's the same thing as always. The sun keeps coming out from behind the clouds.
Do you remember the giant gnocchi?
Oh God, I do, and I had forgotten about it. Holy shit! You get 4 or 5 on a plate.
Yeah.
So we just used to make gnocchi, but then there was a dish that was like honestly giant gnocchi. It would be like bigger than my thumb, right? Like massive.
Like that long.
Yeah, just like bricks. And you just cook 4, I remember, or 4 or 5, something like that, in a row, and then it had shit on it. I don't remember what was on it.
That was like the first time I'd made gnocchi as well, like
The giant gnocchi.
at a restaurant.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh, okay,
This is why I hate gnocchi, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the place.
How long would they take to cook?
Oh, like we still cook them the same way, blanch them, and then we'd pan fry them and do like a mushroom cream sauce or something like that. Still made it taste pretty good. And then but then they'd also use them and put them like wrap them in prosciutto and put them under fish and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
Righto.
they took almost the same time to cook because you were blanching them anyway. They would take a little bit longer to float, but then when you pan frying them, they were like super quick because you just throw in the sauce in as well.
Just the all-purpose gnocchi, like it's on every dish.
But it's like it was an everyday thing, not the giant gnocchi particularly. That was just a phase. But that was just. But I remember people loving that dish or the giant gnocchi. I remember it being a thing. I was like, please stop ordering this. It should be like hated by everyone because I had it so much.
Yeah.
But gnocchi was an everyday thing.
The duck penne is like firmly in my mind as well. For some
I don't
reason.
remember that.
It's just confit duck with like penne pasta, jus, and a dash of cream.
Jus
it was like
cream.
super quick and easy to serve up.
Yeah, but it was delicious.
But it was actually quite tasty.
I now remember this.
Confit duck and pasta.
Yeah, but it's jus.
Yeah.
like
There's jus
jus
through it.
cream,
Yeah, there's a bit of cream. Yeah.
It was super
And obviously
simple.
I used to start off everything with just like 2 knobs of butter. So it was already like sort of half burnt butter in there. It's
That just
good.
sounds like a chef's lunch that someone's gone, oh, we could put this on.
Yeah, jus cream. Do you remember
The boys at home, when I'd come home, they're like, oh, have you got any of the duck pasta? Like, you got any duck pasta bringing home?
Now you're throwing it into Toasties as well now.
Now I'm throwing it into Toasties.
Yeah. I remember the only one I vividly remember, like, because you've reminded me of like 3 things I've completely wiped from my memory. But it was congiglione pasta. I still remember the name of this shit. Congiglione pasta shell, those big shells, and it had raspberry pasta sauce. It was like.
I'm not a fan of this.
No. Yeah, and it had mint, and it had mint over the top. It might have been big raviolis or something, but there was definitely two. I thought, okay, this berry pasta is now gone from the menu, and then I remember it coming back as like, so now I'm making raviolis with, it was like, mixed berries.
Yeah.
With cream, and like it definitely would have had like mint or something on top. I remember, but you imagine hating every dish you make. That's it.
It's a dessert though.
I don't.
It's
No,
like a
chef. It's like a $32 main, yeah.
fucking A.
Yeah.
With meat in a ravioli?
I don't remember what that bit was.
Yeah.
I just remember the berry cream sauce, and I hate myself.
Was it lamb?
I just wanted to shoot myself in the head every time I
Who
made
was
one.
the head chef when you boys were apprentice?
Nick Wood was, but for half of it, then he left, and Ben Toy was.
Oh yeah, Ben came.
He was Ben.
I think I'd left by
Ben
then.
Toy was very, very good chef. Actually, he's good. A lot of my cooking stuff is I use his recipes still.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out.
Chicken parfait, ravioli, stuff like that. He's
Berry rags.
his black pudding recipe is like fucking really good. And Nick's doing really well now too. He would have only been a young head chef thinking back now. Hey?
He was younger than me. I think.
But he's actually been he's been a great person to chat to about stuff over the years too. Done a few little events with him too. But he's managing. He's basically like exec chef of the QT hotels now.
Right.
I think he's back at Centenny. But I don't know if he ever is, because it's
He's
like
in the Melbourne one. Isn't
you just see the photos of him. He's at Perth, and he just roams around, I think.
he?
Yeah. I think we're all a lot more relaxed than we used to be.
Yeah.
We're all just young, fucking hard out, doing berry shit and fucking massive
Pushing hard.
gnocchis, giant gnocchis, yeah.
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 Who else was in the kitchen? Head chef, you two fellas.
We had a bloke called Dennis, I remember. I think we've talked about Dennis once before.
Yeah.
He threw a spatula at my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chipped the wall. And then, what's her name? Isabel?
Isabel, she was cool.
Yeah. And I don't remember anyone else. There was some random woman I remember coming in and we were giving her shit about that she had a boyfriend that made steel or had steel or sold steel. And I remember singing the Medallius Steel song like often.
Perfect.
Like I
Catriona or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. I just remember that. I don't think she just must have been there long.
And Dylan was in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, Blackie. That's
Yeah.
Blackie.
Ah, yes. Oh, you didn't go with his real name?
He's black.
What's that?
You didn't go with his real name?
Blackie.
Blackie.
We've chatted about it before
Just say
because
Dylan.
he introduced himself to me as Dylan because I worked with him previously as well, and he's just black South African guy, and everyone told me you can call him Blackie, and I just was like, no fucking way.
Did you guys work together first at King Street?
Yeah. And he got me the job there because I wanted to leave so badly, and they were fucking me around with like pay, super, and you kind of had to release an apprentice or something like that. They were just dragging the heels. And then Dylan hit up Nick, and Nick was like, we'll just do it for you. So I was like, wicked. So it was nice. I'll get out of there. So I met him. He's still in Perth doing something. The mines.
He's on the mines. Actually, when COVID hit, I did 7 weeks up there, and he was working on another site and bumped into, like, he had to come to the site I was at briefly, and I was like, I haven't seen you in like 25 years.
Yeah. It's crazy because I always think that it's been about a year for everyone, and then you think, shit, that is 20 years. Like, we're talking to Stewie, I was like, geez, he was like, I've known Lockie for 20 years, 22 years. I was like, no, you haven't. I was like, wait, 2004, that's 20 years. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I would have been at Ekachina probably like 2007, I think. Was probably when we met, I'd say.
Yeah. I think I left in,
You left probably 08.
late 08, and then we went to the US.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to listen to some stories?
Yeah.
All right, boys, I've got a tale for you.
Chef Hotline, tell us a story.
Probably one of the worst shifts I've ever had.
Dude, that is fucking hilarious.
Blowjob and by the trash can.
On speakpipe.com/no crying in the cool room.
I didn't even think people wanted to be anonymous, but that makes a lot of sense.
The Chef Hotline, that's what we're calling it. Fuck, that nearly blew my ears off. All right, let's get straight into it.
What's going on, boys? Just finished listening to episode 31. And when you guys mentioned when the line in unison repeats "we chef," got me thinking of a chef I used to work for. And he just knew how to ask for things. And when he would say, like, how many are open, how many left to go, and everybody in unison repeats "we chef," it just revitalized you, man. You got so much energy flowing through you in that moment. It was such a momentum boost, and probably my favorite things of working in the kitchen. And it was just the best. Keep crushing the podcast, boys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, bro.
What a positive story. I don't really know what to do with positive stories.
No, me either. But I know what he's talking about. It's kind of like, it is a bit weird. I can tell you some negative ones about that.
I don't take compliments very well.
Stop saying I'm nice. Yeah. I kind of like that. I know what he's talking about. But what triggered me when he was talking about it was like, you know, when you get a guy and you're like, how many serves how many got left? And they just go 4. And you're like, all right. And then you're like, 4 all day? And then you have because they can't figure it out. They're just numpties. And they're like, I got 4. And it's like, well, including what's on order? You know, and there's just such a drag out when they could have gone, like, you got 6 all day. And he's like, I've only got 4. You're like, cool. But I just remember those. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got 6 on order. And he's like, yeah. Like, you've only got 4. Like, yeah. When are we going to say any of this? Yeah.
We chef.
Because I'm fucking telling you now. Well, what happened is I fucking couldn't. Yeah. And you're like, shut up. Anyway, so that's what I thought about that positive story.
Yeah. Jason, do you work in any restaurants that were a full we chef or a yes chef?
Yeah.
Any hardcore?
Or even just
everyone in
smooth
unison?
services. I think he's talking about like a smooth, positive, fun service as well, right?
Yeah, you got a good team together when everyone's in unison saying, oh, we chef.
Yeah, we all say it. We still do it. But
So we.
But it's not, like, we're all pretty relaxed, especially
In
where
Dunsborough?
we're actually based in Vass, which is just on the outskirts. But of
Yeah,
Bustleton.
we found this yesterday. I said, I kind of know it anyway, but I said Bustleton when I meant Dunsborough. And someone was like, don't say that around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
You got to
"What?"
make sure you say the right. It's like saying I'm in the Margaret River area, but I'm in Yellingup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous though. 'Cause I
Yeah.
just looked at whoever that was. I thought it was a bartender.
Yeah.
It's all, you know, my brain was like, it's all the same to me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it does not matter.
Yeah, if you don't live down here, it is all the same.
Yeah, but like literally, I didn't see any breaks in houses from Bustleton to Dunsborough.
Because I had someone
So-
even say, we're in, what's it, how do you say cow?
Kawarma.
Yeah, that one. But their part of their business was Margaret River I'm like, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Kawarma at least is only 10 minutes from Margaret River, so
Yeah, but that's what I think about everything. It's
Yeah.
only 22 to fucking Busso or something.
Everything's the same down here. I don't, you know,
well,
you guys
actually,
must
you're always 20 minutes from anywhere.
Yeah.
yeah,
generally.
you must be pretty bored if you're like picking on Bustleton and Dunsborough.
Bustleton and Dunsborough have quite a rivalry, though. They're like Bustleton and Dunsborough, like.
But how? Just
Yeah.
because they're so close, or
I don't know. They just
the climate's different?
You just, it's like, it's so old school. It's like,
It
I hate
snows
the
in
town next to me.
Yeah.
That town next to me, shit. It's the same thing.
Or we got the IGA first or something. I don't
You're
know.
on the same coast, literally on the inside coast,
Yeah.
hanging out together. Unless there's a big football rivalry that went down or someone got shot.
I can kind of see how it happens. Bustleton, Dunsborough, Margaret River. all
Yeah.
that.
Well, we had 3 towns, all as shit as each other. Traralgon, Morwell, Moe. All as shit as each other. All hated each other. Moe hated Traralgon, Traralgon hated
it's
Moe.
the world, though. Look at like Palestine and Israel.
Yeah. Yeah. Dunsborough and Bustleton's exactly like Palestine.
Maybe,
I get it. It's a touch different.
Maybe, yeah.
Bustleton, Dunsborough.
No, exactly the same.
That was split during World War II.
Yeah.
Maybe different circumstances, but
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more relaxed over here. I didn't
probably
see
shouldn't
any
be laughing. I
walls.
probably shouldn't be laughing. Sorry.
Imagine if someone in Bustleton like flew in on a glider to Dunsborough and like threw a shit bomb or something, or one of those flaming dog pile bomb things.
I wonder what would happen if somebody invaded Dunsborough or Bustleton or any of them. Like, what would there be any sort of resistance, or would it just be like?
Yeah.
Because I sometimes think they'd be the most resistant because they're like they're very. This is our town. This is our land. All this stuff.
Yeah.
But like in Perth, you just be like, "Is this a prank?" Like, yeah.
Yeah, no one would do
Everyone
anything.
ignore it and just go to work. And
Are you talking about like a bunch of Chinese soldiers just sort of coming in through Fremantle? And it was
Yeah,
like,
like
is
the-
there a parade on?
like what was that book called? Bloody When the War Began or Tomorrow When the War Began? Do you remember that one?
Mm.
Yeah, they all just. I think it was China. I think they were just saying random Asian country in the book, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were like they all parachuted in and invaded.
Yeah.
I always wondered like what would happen. I think there'd be more pushback in towns like this.
I mean, it's the same as the assassination thing, right? Oh, there's a man on the roof. Oh, there's a man on the roof crawling. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a man on the roof crawling. I think he has a gun. Oh, there's a man on the roof crawling and he does have a gun. Like, that's just so human.
yeah,
Whereas you could go, oh, fuck, someone do something
yeah.
at the start.
But there was kind of people around that were kind of should have done something. That
Yeah.
was their job to do.
There was a police officer. I don't know why we're talking about this again. There's a police officer. What do you think about Trump, Jason?
No comment.
How long do you think it would take for his ear to heal? That's the
3 days.
important question.
No, not too long.
I just like when everyone's wearing the. We're talking about this again. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Because I guess it is a pretty big deal at the end of the day.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
it's more the conspiracy, right? Like, yeah, it happened, but now it's like,
There was a police officer that went up there and he
Yeah.
pointed his gun at him and he went back down.
yeah. I heard that too.
I want to see that guy. I want to know who he is.
Yeah,
When you say it is big news, but like there's bigger things that went on that night that don't get the same media coverage.
Yeah.
totally.
Like 90 people were killed in Palestine that night. And
Yeah.
I saw like a sub article on.
Yeah.
You know, and that I didn't want to talk political, but that sort of
No
stuff.
one gives a fuck about
No.
Ukraine anymore.
No, exactly
the
right.
same things happening
Yeah.
that happened 2 years ago, if not worse.
But I understand why they're reporting it because
Yeah.
it's the president of America.
And then there's one guy in Bustleton doesn't give a fuck about any of that except Dunsborough.
Yeah.
And
Well,
us slagging them
You know what
off.
else they hate more than Dunsborough? Bustleton. I mean, Bustleton hate Bunbury. Sorry.
Yeah,
Everyone hates Bunbury. Everyone.
I hate Bunbury and I've never really been there.
You wouldn't even know you drove through it.
Nah,
If
I
it
have no
wasn't
idea.
for the Bunbury Farmers Market, I reckon they would have just struck it off the.
Oh, is that fucking outside of the town shopping?
Yeah, if you're driving into towards Bustleton,
And there's
it's the
like
first thing really.
You walk through this whole kind of like cascading vegetable. That's the
Yeah.
best place. I'm a massive fan.
Yeah, everyone
Why do
loves
you
it.
Why do you like it so much?
Oh,
This is a
they
very
got-
Perth thing though to like love Bunbury Farmers Market.
They've got pies and juice and everything that you need
Yep, that's
for
correct.
the travel to Margaret River.
Righto, but that is what I'm getting at. Is if it wasn't there, would you know you've even gone?
Nah.
Yeah, it's like if a tree falls in the forest.
Maybe it's like the
Have you
perfect
been to
distance.
Bunbury
It's like
Farmers
that
Market?
carrot place. You know, it's like the perfect
Crooked
distance.
Carrot, is that what it's called?
Carrot.
Crooked
Yeah.
Carrot. I've never been there.
It's just the perfect
It's got a good playground.
place to stop, right? Yeah, the kids are annoying. It's been an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Great playground.
We're stopping for them. I'm getting a pie.
Okay, this playground. I want to know about this playground. So,
It's massive.
but is it carrot themed?
No,
I'm massively
it's
into
just like
playgrounds.
farmy themed, like tractors and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and like all, I'm guessing all
And like
wooden things.
Yeah,
exactly
all
right.
But like someone went too over the top. Like there's some big like rope climbs and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's been cordoned off for about a year and a half.
So that to me was more of a reason to stop there. Because I don't stop there because I was like, crooked carrot, I don't want carrot cake. And
No,
I
it's
think
pies.
it's vegan. Oh, right.
No, heavy on the pies.
But I've just got the carrots on my mind.
I stopped at the best pub a couple of weeks back, driving back in Boynup, the Boynup pub. And that, if you want to go somewhere for a playground, that playground was lit as well.
Righto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be so.
And it's an old pub too, like real cool old. Like it's
Yeah.
been there for 100 years.
Is it in the southwest here? somewhere?
Yeah, it's kind of like, again, it's kind of like inland from Bunbury a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, on the southwest highway.
Fucking love a good pub.
You can tell you got a kid that age as well because I used to be so into playgrounds. Like you just said the playground is lit. Like, yeah, it's so funny. I was
Yeah.
I just love playgrounds because like we used to go around to all, obviously different ones and then you'd be like wicked. It's not even about like letting the kid go. It's just like fuck, who came up with that? That's cool.
Yeah.
When they put that one in at Frio as well, right in the middle, it's kind of a shitty playground. But I like they put something in there. It's got like you can like climb all the way to the top of
In
it.
the Esplanade? Or?
Whatever that park is,
Next to the skate park.
Yeah.
between the railway, the other side of the railway from Little Creatures.
Yeah, Esplanade,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Right. So it's at the Esplanade.
Yeah, two Freo boys
In
here.
Busso.
That doesn't happen very often. Two
He-
Freo
he's
lads.
north of the river.
Yeah.
I grew up in Freo area. But,
Did
oh,
you?
you're Freo?
Oh, I live there now.
Oh,
I'm
sick.
from Victoria, but
Yeah.
10 years.
Yep.
You grew up in Freo?
Nah, Palmyra. So
Close enough.
close enough. Yeah, I went to school in Freo.
Still calling that Frio.
But no one,
about
you
them.
tell someone you're from Palmyra, like, some people know, but a lot of people wouldn't. But
No.
It sounds posher than it is too.
Palmyra.
To me,
Man,
Palmyra.
it's getting posh. It wasn't
Yeah.
posh when I lived there, but
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
It's
Maybe-
right.
maybe it is.
Inside of the river kind of stuff.
Mind you, most areas have just gone up like that now, haven't they? So
Totally.
yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah. What was Freo like as a kid?
bit more ghetto.
Was it rough?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's gentrified?
We used to always hang out at, I don't know if it's Target still there.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. It's still rough.
Still rough. Yeah, well,
But
that's where all the
exactly what
Are
you're
you
buses
talking
telling me that same Target has been there for 20 years?
That's
Maybe
just up
more.
from Manuka, eh? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, across. Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to all the buses all the bus stops used to be around there.
That
so-
is, yeah, it's got a fucking dark feeling about it, that whole
Yeah.
corner. And there's an alley behind
Soulless,
it.
hey?
Yeah, there is a housing estate thing there, right? There's those
It would be.
apartments.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you just walk past it pretty quickly. Fucking 20 years that shit's been there.
More, I'd say.
Fucking.
I'd
Oh,
say,
yeah,
I'd say
easy.
close to 40. Probably.
Yeah.
So they just changed everything else around it, and they're like, "We'll just leave this."
There's no
Horrific bit.
way that Target wasn't there when I was like young kid, like 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that
Is it
roundabout.
40? You can see that like building. It's just that real low strip mall shit we used to always have. Even the Woolies here was like that.
Yeah.
Woolies and Coles.
Because what was always confusing to me as an outsider was like the whole bank area is just full of like really rough homeless people. Like if you need to do banking, you've got to run the gauntlet. Like,
Yeah.
And they've never changed that. They didn't try to change it.
Nah,
It's just the worst part of town.
it's horrible. Yeah.
But even like where Manuka is, like it was, a lot of people didn't know about Manuka and how good it was because that part of town people were kind of at
Yeah, I'm not
times
going
we're
there.
scared to
Yeah.
go there. But now,
Yeah.
now
I know
not,
it
not
personally.
now, but
Even when like we did a potty at Shirley's just there, and I went to go get beer just at the local thing. I just got it, like I costed twice, and then the guy behind the counter was so racist, not towards me. He was like, "Oh, thank God," but then
Thank God you're white.
but he was doing that. That's not me. He was like, "Oh my God, these fucking
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I just want the beer, bro." Yeah. But then when I walked out, they were like, "What you got there?" You know, and without doing the accent, and then and I was like, "This is bullshit." And I just walked up the road, and then we were talking. I think he said, "Yeah, people just come and try and open the doors and stuff."
Yeah, I ran that restaurant before it was Manuka.
Raw Kitchen.
It was Box Pizza.
Box Pizza.
So we dealt with
Raw Kitchen
people.
was just down the road where Jim Kidd Sports used to be. Hey?
Yeah.
Like,
Gym kids.
Now it's a winery brewery thing.
yeah, okay.
Just
So Raw
huge.
Kitchen's not there anymore.
Raw Kitchen's gone.
Oh, wow.
And they took over the next fucking building as well and opened the whole thing up.
Well,
It's huge.
You know that, it used to be called like East End Bar or something like that, was it?
I have no idea.
You know where Momentum skate shop is? Is that still there?
Around the corner,
Yeah, on Josephine Street.
I think so.
Is it called Beyond now though?
It might be something else. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
My old man was living in an apartment just next to that, so I used to see all the stuff going on down that street.
Yeah.
There used to be a strip club like next to the Raw Kitchen. pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, up the end of that street there was like a black nightclub.
Yeah, it used to be called the Kit Kat or something.
And on
like that.
Friday nights,
Classic.
on Friday nights,
Great
it
name.
was like gangsters and then just like Aboriginal people yelling on the street.
Yeah, lots of yelling.
So we were in Freo last week. We were going to. I parked up near that side. You know where Short Order is?
Yep.
So like just up there by the church, and they would just hang out at the in that middle bit of the church where there's a playground. You shouldn't let your kids playing.
Near Clancy's, pretty much.
Yeah, up that way.
Yeah.
But we walked. I was like, we'll walk. I was with my daughter, and she was doing the whole, they must be yelling for a reason, like for the whole time. So like, obviously, I'll just walk because you just hear noise. Hey, what? And they're like, fuck you, all this sort of stuff. And she's like, oh my God, there must be emergency. Like just a little kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just loved it. I never even stopped her doing it. She's just like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this for me? Why are they yelling? Why was everyone so angry?
What did I do wrong?
Yeah. If there's any,
Just every single thing was like
if
this.
international people are listening to this, come to Freo. It's a great time.
Yeah, come to the town hall.
And it's not just Aboriginal people. There's definitely a couple of white people yelling their tits off.
These
Heaps more.
These were mainly
Heaps of them.
these were mainly the whites.
Yeah, there's a heap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a guy come in one
Just
night.
homeless and like
Cracky.
yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
We were cooking pizzas fully open, and a guy just walked in the door and came and lied on the couch and went to sleep. We have a full restaurant going on, pizzas, and then
Sometimes you just get tired, Tim, from like giving yourself tasks to find crack.
But then he pretended that he was asleep, or he either was super asleep.
Yeah.
But like we had a poor little manager. She's like 21 years old, like trying to like wake this guy up,
Excuse me.
and we're trying to serve food at the same time. Like, dude,
Excuse me?
and to explain to someone like, hey man, you can't just walk in and sleep here. Oh, what?
Fucking does my tits in.
I finally get to use the board.
Oh,
It does my hits in.
My bro lives in Freo now, and on Pakenham Street, which is really close to Strange Company and how am I?
Oh yeah,
How
around
am I
like Brennan
forget- how am
Common.
I-
that sort
Brennan
of
Common,
thing.
yeah, really
Yes.
close to there, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Get to go see him, and
that's a nice part of town.
yeah, he has a pretty good life. He's always eating out at places and stuff.
We have an open mic around the corner, Port City on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah,
Come check it out.
yeah, okay.
Where is that's not inside the federal, right? Is that different?
That's a different one. That's a good one.
Right.
Thursday night. That's a proper good one.
Okay.
Wednesday night is Ronnie Knights
Oh yeah,
upstairs at that little bar.
I just thought that was a person.
Ronnie Knights?
Yeah.
oh, it's a place.
Oh,
Because they own Strange Company and all these.
it's not Ron. Ron doesn't own.
Because there's weird things in Freo if we're just going to keep hammering the Freo lines.
Yeah, why not?
They have like a weird
Now we're down in
licensing rule.
Dunsborough.
Those people that own Strange Company and stuff are some of the only people that got late licensing in Fremantle.
Yeah.
And Ronnie Knights is never busy, but it's got the latest license. So you just
Right.
want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
You can't get them. So it's
Yeah,
like a weird bar.
I remember Strange Company for forever. If anyone asked me, where's somewhere can you even go at night? And that was the only place I even knew. And even then, like obviously you can choose not to trade too, right? Like just because you got a license,
Yeah.
But I remember them being later than most.
It's a good bar. I think nice food in there. And
Yeah, I
I'm
like it.
stoked it's still open.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
They got a really nice backpack machine. I look at it. You ever just walk past
First
the
thing you
kitchen?
look
What's going
at,
on, boys? I got
I
a
do.
story to tell you today.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Here we go.
What's going on, boys? I got a story to tell you today. I was in my second year chefing, and I was driving home to visit the family for my days off. I was driving down the highway, way over the speed limit, probably like 25 over, and I get pulled over by a state policeman. We go through the whole bullshit of, how fast you're going, whatever. And I was lucky enough to get off, thank God. And
Because I sucked his
as
dick.
he was walking away, I went into complete autopilot mode. And when he told me, have a good rest of your night, drive safe, I responded with, "We, chef." I remember spending the rest of that drive. It was about another hour, 45-minute drive of me just hitting my head up against the steering wheel in pure embarrassment. But that's it. Keep crushing the podcast, boys.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Just
that's
we,
great.
We chefing a highway patrol.
That's classic.
yeah.
that's
and you
good
feel
stuff.
like an absolute idiot. So you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say he'd pull me out of the car.
Yeah, and then I did get arrested for being cheeky to a police
That,
officer.
that is fast. I'm assuming that's 25 miles an hour over. So that'd be closer to like 40 k's an hour
Yeah.
or something like that.
I got done speeding back to work on a split shift
Yeah.
one day, nearly 30 k's over. He's like, and I was on my P plates too.
Yeah, right.
He was like, "Man, you're so lucky. I'm not taking your license."
Did that mean anything on the P's when we were those? Because you were just obviously P's when I was sort of rough age sort of thing, right? You didn't have the split P. You didn't have the split P's.
No, I said normal
Stupid.
P, just normal P's. I don't know.
I don't remember there being much difference, like between the full license and the P plater. Maybe there
yeah,
was.
yeah. You couldn't go. Well, in Victoria, you couldn't go 110. You had to go 100.
Oh, that is true. I remember that. No, you could only go 90 when I started.
90.
Yeah.
There's heat.
That was like on your L's, you could only go 90, I think.
Oh, right.
And then,
That was fast enough when I was on my
yeah. I think maybe you're right about the 100 thing. I can't remember.
When I got off my P's, the first thing I did was like pick my friends up and I cracked a beer and I drank it in the car and I was like,
Legend.
dude, how good's this? I can drink 2 beers and drive. And they're like, no, you can't. Oh, yeah. You can't do that. I was like, what? And they're like, no, you can just drink and then drive, but you can't drink and drive.
Yeah,
I
and
was
you
like,
definitely
well,
you can't have an open vessel in the car.
Yeah.
I got done for that as
I was
well.
like, what's the fucking point of this? That's my favourite thing to do is to drink 1 beer and drive.
So it was I remember now, it was 0.02 when we were on
Yeah.
our P's, but I think it might be 0.
It's 0 now,
Zero,
but
yeah.
it was 0.2 because I lost my license a month after having it, 0.022.
Oh,
It was like, I was just trying to take some friends home from a party. I was
Yeah.
trying to do the right thing.
And you, had a sip of something?
I hadn't had a beer in ages. I probably had 4 beers that night.
0.02 is nothing.
But it was
really.
like, I hadn't had anything for like 3 hours, but still, I was just like,
A mate of mine got done exactly the same. He didn't have his license long, and he was moving a car so someone else could get out of the driveway from a party. And he moved and he reversed, and then there was just an undercover cop car, and then he banked it on the thing, and then they were like, that was weird. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to, but he's clearly drunk. Yeah.
Well, I did the same thing. I turned my lights off as I'm approaching the booze bus. What an idiot.
Oh.
and freak out.
What
I'm
was,
going to be 0.022.
what was the thought process? Like, you just like, fuck,
I don't know.
I
I was
better
like,
turn my
first-
lights off.
First, I was annoyed because I could have driven around the back street easily to drop these people over, but I went straight down Stirling Highway instead.
Yeah.
It was right in Mozzie Park. And
Like,
that
of course, there's always a
Buckland Hill.
highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a car, and then we got a phone call saying booze bus. And I was like, and I just kind of panicked and just turned my lights off. But then the car in front of me told the guy when I got there that he just turned his lights off.
What an ass.
Yeah.
I was probably
you're
just trying to
basically-
deflect heat.
You
Probably
basically
wasted.
put your hand up and
Yeah.
gone, I'm randomly in now.
Yeah.
Just everyone through.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he said to me. He's like, I was actually going to wave you through. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, but apparently you turned your lights off.
Yeah. I've
Should have done a Betty
definitely,
Cousins, just pulled over and just leaked it through the water. Yeah.
I've definitely been over the limit, known that I was over the limit, and I went through a booze bus and blew under. And
Yeah.
it was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was definitely over. I was like 3, 4, 5 beers in.
I've had 2 occasions like that.
You
One,
just got lucky, you reckon?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Like those things aren't perfect, are they?
I don't know.
They fuck around. You probably got fucked. Probably picked up something that it didn't need to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't I was coming home once and I was doing 130 on the freeway, so 30 over, and this cop. It was a dead straight road on the freeway. I just wanted to get home. It was 2 a.m. in the morning. I was like, fuck, it's my day off the next day as well. I was just heading it, and then this cop from fucking paddocks away. I saw like the lights, and I was like, "It's not for me." It was so far away, but it was a dead straight road, and it was for me. And it took so long to get to me, and I was just gunning it still. I had no slow down or anything, and I was near the exit, so I was like, "Fuck it." And then when they got to me, they were like, "What the fuck, dude?" So we had our lights on for about 5 minutes. And you were just gunning it still. And then they did the same thing. They like breathalyzed nothing. And then they actually let me off with no ticket because I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I just want to get home. I'm so exhausted. Whatever. Do whatever you want was my, just dismiss it. And they're like, we can do you, like, because it was 131 in a 100 zone. So 30 Ks over would be reckless driving and just lose your license on the spot or something at the time. And they were just like, nah, just don't do 130 anymore and just go home. And I was just like, my home's over there, and they sort of looked at it on the license and went, yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I don't know maybe their shift was ending too. I don't know.
I don't know if they do that anymore, hey?
I don't think they do that. I think, especially now, because maybe you got body cams and all kinds of shit. I don't know.
They're just more of an assholes.
Yeah.
They used to be.
I got let off from being over the limit too. I blew 0.08, and then I blew 20 minutes later. I blew, or 15, whatever they give you. It was on the side of the freeway, and I blew 0.06, and then he was like, "It's only going to go down, right?" I was like, "Yes, of course, officer." Yeah. But maybe he was right. Maybe by the time he took me back to the station,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just remembered that I lost my license on my P plates and kept driving my car for 6 months as a dishwasher.
Hey, what's you going to get to work?
That's the kind of person I was. I lost it for, like, I just got too many speeding fines and lost all my points. So there was no officer that came and got my license.
Yeah.
So I just kept driving.
I think they have loads of things like that to pick you up now as well, like license plate numbers, checks, and they actually check your license.
Which is good. They should do, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, arseholes like me will just keep driving around.
I was coming back from a supper road thing, and I got stopped at a
you defo been drunk.
booze bus. for a change,
Why do you liquor him up on a dishwasher?
No, not at all. It's like the only place I'm not allowed to drink. That's legit. I'm not joking. Yeah. I actually got angry one day because the guy. Well, what happens is not angry, but what happens
Sober.
like the people that aren't supper road. The people that aren't supper road. Sometimes they've got like their own drinks, right? Like you don't do the drinks.
Yeah, we don't.
Sometimes there's another bar.
Yep.
And they're different employees, different company, and they'll often come over and go, "Hey boys, do you want a drink?" They're basically looking for free food.
Looking for food. Yeah.
They're like they're just what do you call them? Pelicans? No, seagulls.
Hustlers.
So they'll just keep coming over and going beer, or and then they want something back from you, right? You get the exchange. And obviously, my opinion is I'll have one. And then I remember Jace going, "Well, we can't drink till," not telling me that, it's telling the people that, but it was more of a like, "Can you go away?
Yeah.
We're not going to give you any food." Like, yeah, squawkers.
Yeah. Are you paid vendor? Probably not.
Yeah, but I like the attitude. It happens at every one I go to. I don't know who these people are. They're clearly not Suffer Road, and they just come and go, "Hey," they're like fake as fuck. "Hey, how are you? You right for a drink?" And you're like,
We used to do this hustle where we took an ice cream cart to a festival so we could get free tickets into it. It was what's that festival out of Freo? It's at the Rock.
Dunno.
It's like 5 hours out. Anyway, I can't remember.
From Freo.
Into the east, 5 hours. There's a big rock.
Oh, Wave Rock.
Wave Rock.
Oh, I thought you meant in Freo.
Yeah, sorry, but there's a lot of Freo people go there.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
they
that
do.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our little
My
hustle.
brother goes there quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's a sound engineer though, so he's always,
For them?
just for whoever different bands. And stuff
Cool.
like that. Yep.
And anyway, the cart cost us nothing, and we just had this tiny little ice cream cart, but we called ourselves a vendor. So we get in for free, and we get to camp behind our little ice cream cart. So we're camping at the main stage.
What
It's
if someone asked for an ice cream? You get ice cream?
We give it to them.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a complete scam.
But it's
I would've
easy.
do it.
Like, there's nothing. We don't have to do anything. Everyone else is bringing trucks and food, and because we used to do it with
I
the
get it.
pizza and all.
Yeah.
So they're just frozen right there. Like, do you want one? Like, oh, okay, I guess so. Here you go.
Yes,
How much is it?
Don't
$6.
wake me up for this. Yeah.
And we shut the cart regularly. You know, we're like, oh, there's no ice cream for
Sold
the
out.
next 2 hours.
Classic. Yeah.
Such a good hustle, hey. But then
we saw that.
people would always come over. All the food vendors come over with the rice or the chicken. They're like, dude, can we swap you out for some ice cream? So
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely,
cool, though.
you can.
That's cool though.
We've done nothing. You've cooked that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were frozen when we got them.
Yeah. Best hustle, hey.
Yeah, I like it. I liked it more when you had no ice cream, and I thought you had no
Just
ice cream.
zero?
Just get sold out immediately.
Just one box, like 10 ice creams.
yeah, or just flip the ice cream cart into some sort of pack away tent or something.
Yeah. But it was also good to make a little bit of money while you're there. You didn't have to make too much.
Yeah.
Because as long as you went home with the ice creams frozen, life's good.
Yeah.
If the only thing is if like that cart turned off, or you had to pay for all the product. If you fucked the ice creams, you couldn't give them back to
They all
the
melted.
company.
Did you have a generator?
No, it was all like,
Jetty, sorry.
fuck, I don't think so. I think it was all in this little cart thing.
To keep the cart going?
Yeah, it was in the one thing. Dude, I don't even know. That's how fucked up I used to get.
Jason just has that on the mind though.
Yeah.
'Cause he's always on about, if you ever go do a shift, he's always on about, because I just ignore these things. He's always on about a generator, the fucking water,
Gas.
the gas, and then
Yeah.
he's on about like
The perimeter of your area.
bumping in, bumping out, can you, or something, and you're like,
yeah.
these are all problems I don't want.
Yeah. Your marked
You don't
area.
have those problems, though.
That's what I mean. That's why they're easily ignored. Yeah. So when you're like, do you have a generator?
Yeah.
I was like,
I
fuck
have
yeah.
2 tabs of acid. That's going to keep things cold.
That's such a classic Jason thing. Did you have a generator?
Yeah. So,
What brand?
well, because that means you must enjoy catering then. Catering must be your thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I've been doing it for 9 years nearly now. So
Yeah, there's not many chefs that are like, I like catering.
it's just good. You know what you're walking into. Generally, you still get spanners. Like
Yeah.
last minute dietaries, and dietaries is probably the worst thing with catering. You get heaps of dietaries,
Yeah, yeah.
especially at weddings. And then my favourite dietary is that when they're like you say, you put like vegan stuff, and then you just see them. They've had a few glasses of Chardonnay or whatever, and they're just smashing tempura prawns. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, man, I wasted like 10 minutes, maybe more, like going through, and they just don't care. By the time they're having a few drinks and having fun, they don't care anymore.
It's also like I
And
always,
it stuffs it up for like the celiacs and stuff like that. That actually you need to look after.
yeah. I always notice they're the ones that approach the truck when you're there, even when you're not got quite stuff ready. They're like, oh, I have a thing on, I can't eat capsicum and all this shit. So what can you do? And you always just go, yeah, here's a little boat with whatever you can do. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, but they're the ones you see, because if they've already made themselves known, you see them landing on, is he just smashing a fucking piece of beef? Yeah.
But
Does the bride, do you get a lot of brides coming up and hassling you, or are they
not
generally
really.
nice?
Not really. Thankfully, we've got events, bookings coordinators. that
You've
work.
got a
So
buffer
they-
zone.
So they handle all the bookings and what menu they're having and stuff like that. And I only get involved with that if they want something different or something special.
They don't come up to the truck. Like,
No,
hey.
they're too busy, man. They'll come and say hello or thank you most of the time, but
There seems to be a double buffer, because you got that, and there's always that lady with a clipboard, whoever that is.
front of house supervisor.
Yeah. And then, but then you've got like the bride at a wedding is not doing anything herself.
No.
Like they're just like, you do that, or that's what I've noticed anyway.
Yeah.
So they're not like coming up and going squawking at you. They'll have a teammate come up, or
Yeah.
Weddings are like, most weddings have got like a wedding organizer as well. So there's like another person who's just like coming and speaking to you about what's going on for the night. And, yeah.
So much money going around,
Mate, like so much.
yeah.
You see that guy just did $1 billion wedding? An Indian dude just, no.
No.
No, where?
In India, he just spent $1 billion on a wedding.
All right, we didn't do it. Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
What did he spend? Did he have like Jay-Z there? Or
He had
something?
everyone there.
Oh, right.
Every celebrity and stuff there.
Oh, okay. I can
Ever.
see that happening.
Yeah,
If you
John
pay them
Cena
every-
and Kardashian. But no, I think he had like the biggest cake. It was like as big as a house. Just
Yeah.
the biggest, dumbest shit
Yeah, of course.
ever.
And then they'll be divorced in like 2 years. So that's just.
Yeah. Well, luckily not in India.
What do you mean?
They don't do divorce.
What do they do?
They just keep going.
Oh, that's-
How marriage should be.
yeah, just miserable until death.
Yeah, you've signed on.
We've done a couple of big. We did like a big Jewish wedding up there in near Bunker Bay. There's a big farm, big vacant farm, and they wanted it full like festival sort of style.
Yeah,
it was like 250 people, I reckon. But that was full on because they were very high maintenance, and because I was spending a lot of money. But she was like, I want it to be the best wedding anyone's ever been to. And I was like, surely you just want everyone to come and have a bloody good time and fun.
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
Just
some
have
people
it memorable.
don't.
Yeah,
Like,
memorable. Yeah.
Not like, I don't know, it was a bit.
I don't like it.
No.
Yeah, have you
Fully
seen, what's the
against it.
craziest, is that the craziest one you've seen?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We actually did another big one recently last season.
Yeah.
At the start of the year, and then they were already divorced by like 6 months later.
Oh, that's nice of them to send it
And
in.
that-
Like, by the
and
way,
that wedding was in Vogue and everything.
really?
Yeah, I won't say the names, but yeah, it was
Famous people?
not to us probably, but to like people in the clothing industry and stuff like that. Yeah,
6 months.
yeah.
That's insane.
That's about as long as I lasted, to be honest.
But it's just crazy how much they spend a lot of money too, a lot of money, and that's not just on food; it's like everything. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's just like it's
Big
mind blowing,
tents
isn't
and-
it?
Sometimes they get comedians to go to weddings. They're like, oh, we'll have a comedian. That's a
set.
great idea. It's the biggest fucking bomb set of your life.
yeah.
Of your life.
Yeah. It's
They're
just like
the
having
worst.
a court jester.
Is that because people just are over people like speeches and everything like everyone like most of the time when you go to a wedding you're like you listen to a few speeches and they're good, but then like you're like, okay, I'm pretty over just sitting down now. I want to.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
comedy's a delicate thing because it needs to be one person talking and like all of the focus of the audience. So that's why you have dark
Yeah.
rooms, low rooms, tight rooms. There's a lot that goes into like the psychology of getting people quiet to listen. But if you've got tables where they're facing each other and it's all spread out and it's a huge ceiling, it's just a bomb fest.
Yeah, I can imagine.
People just start talking. No one gives a shit. Who is
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah.
He's not important. So then you either just like start saying the rudest things you can to try to get people on side.
Anything, any
Just
reaction.
rude,
Yeah.
rude. And that's when you start bombing because you're like trying to do something. So
Forcing it.
you'd be super rude, or you just give up and you're like, I've seen so many dudes just give up and just plow forward with their material, regardless of whether there's like no laugh spots or anything. They're just like this line, this line, this line,
it
this
done.
line, and then they're like, thank you, good night.
Yeah, get it done and get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
Have you ever done a job at Moana Gallery in Perth?
I don't know.
It's on like Hay Street. I didn't invite you to that one. You'll be happy about that. But like, we couldn't take a truck there. We had to like take everything up into the upstairs, up this dodgy little elevator, get all the oven stuff.
I don't think so.
You weren't allowed to have any gas.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of places
So
like
I'd
that.
take
Yeah.
some induction things
Yeah.
and an oven. We have this tiny space, man. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And it was a full vegan wedding as well.
Oh,
Which probably made it easier in a sense because I did like stuff in cryovac bags and just heating bags. It wasn't my favourite wedding, that's for sure. But everything about it was hard, like everything. And then we walked out and I was just getting yelled at by homeless people and stuff like that. I was trying to put stuff back in the trailer.
Yeah.
City of Perth were calling me through this microphone off a bollard in the
Yeah.
mall. I'm like, where is this coming from? They're like, you can't park your trailer there. I'm like, mate, it's 10:30 at night. I just want to get this stuff in here and I'll be
Yeah.
out of here. Like, there's no other way to do it. Like, they're like, the loading zone's down there. I'm like, the loading zone's miles away. Like,
Yeah. We used to, I've
it's
done
just like-
tons of ones like that around the city, and that's what you encounter. And it's like the I don't know, is it juxtaposition or something between that shit and what you're serving is insane.
Yeah.
I've loads at like not the museum. I think that was a new one when it opened and all this stuff. It's the same thing. They're all heritage. You can't do shit inside it. Like plug in, hopefully. None of the plugs work. No one knows what's going on. Everyone there's a supervisor for a supervisor for a supervisor. And then it's the same thing. And you have to, like, I used to get frustrated when you're bumping out because you have to lock everything. Every time you put anything in a
Yep.
fucking truck, you got to lock it all up and then walk back.
ratchet it.
Yeah, and then walk back. It's like anything on there is gone by the time you come back. And then they're always sniffing around. You're like, fuck off. But the same thing, like they're like, that's where you park. And they always give you strict instructions. You just ignore them because you're like, I can't bump that there. I can't. And also the truck's this size. And yeah, they don't get it. They don't care either.
It's funny. Do you know Gerps from Suma in Perth? Indian place? Really good.
No.
He's a really nice guy,
I
actually.
don't know him, no.
Yeah, but you should go try his food. It's cool.
Yeah.
But he called me. He had a quote doing a quote for a job at that place.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. He's like, I was like, because he was telling me about it. I was like, is this place? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh man, don't.
Yeah.
Double
do
it.
He's like,
Yeah. We had I got sent. I think I got sent home from one because I was being rude. It was like at the not Supreme Court, the governor's place, the fucking whatever.
Is that in Kings Park?
No, it's like by the Perth, wherever it was I played. It's by the Perth.
I just had a flash that I've done a Kings Park Governor's one, but anyway.
It's where the governor lives. It's the house. So
Yeah.
it's just basically his stupid castle that we all pay for. But like you
Supreme
couldn't.
Court Gardens.
It's the same thing. You couldn't do anything. You had to like. They've got this. They've got these curtains. They've actually got gold woven through them, and they give you like a list of all this shit. Like you can't touch the curtains. You can't do this. You can't do this. And I was just being a dick. I was like, how we're supposed to do fucking anything?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, Lockie, you can go. And I was like, perfect. Like, fucking perfect.
London was like that too, but
Yeah.
they'd have a whole, like the catering companies would have a whole team just for your setup and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So like we would just rock up and cook and walk out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cut my knife roll out, walk out the door. It was sick. And
Yeah,
like,
that is cool. But at least that ignores what you're doing wrong or something.
I don't know. Obviously they must pay so much more money there to like be able to afford. There's so
Yeah.
much staff.
I don't like that there's more cogs in the wheel to make shit go wrong, because like organisation's the key to catering. So if there's someone setting up and they don't care about cooking, but I just reckon that shit could go wrong.
I just remember we'd set up and we were all like, is this all right? Mm-hmm. And then later on, they're like, you need to move that oven because it's backing up onto something that's 1,000 years old or something. And you're like, well, remember when you said everything was cool? And they're like, well, in the plan, I was like, the plan's fucked. You're fucked. We can't do anything with the plan.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my attitude.
I never want to see one of those hot boxes
You can
again.
go home now.
I say it all the time.
Hot boxes.
Those big hot box things,
Yeah.
I hate them.
But they're kind of essential. They save you. They
They're good
save
for-
your time, everything.
They're good for warming plates. So.
Yeah, plate warming.
But it's like when we put the truck in place and someone's like, "Oh, can you move the truck now?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
Fries are full now. Like just
It's all leveled and everything. Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, just up a little bit." I'm like, "You don't get it." Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Or just go, yes, give us 10 minutes, we'll move it. Yeah. Dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's
like,
what I would say.
because you're organising it, right? As the head chef, you're doing the organisation.
Yeah, for like
From A
food,
to Z.
everything food related, yep,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and truck related probably when on the day. Reese, who's the owner of the business, he like does a lot of the site visits along with Ryan, our general manager.
Yeah.
I do them sometimes, but I don't have to do them as much now that we got Ryan.
So it's like the problem solving though, right?
Yeah, you got to make sure you're all set where you're going, and then but you have a plan. Most of the time, it all goes to plan, but other times you get there and you're like, oh, nah, you got to
Fuck man,
make a
the
new
catering
plan.
company I work for, it never went to plan,
And
ever.
I'm always I'm pretty bad. Like I'm always pushing the time boundaries a little bit too close sometimes. Everyone gives me crap about it. Like I'll get there a little bit later than most of the other guys will. Probably because I'm like rushing to get like last minute rosters and ordering done at VAS before I leave and stuff. But so I remember like driving up to do a perf job and someone pulled up in front of me and like I had to pull up real close in Bunbury and like all these trays of rice came flying off the speed rack next to the oven. When I got in the truck, I was like, oh man, there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to fix that up, get back in, drive. Got there. And then I was real close to pulling in, and then the chef I had on with me that night was like, he literally told me as I was turning off the freeway into Leaderville or something, oh yeah, man, I can't work tonight. I was like, oh, cool, I'm doing 130 people on my own. With one of my mates who was just going to be the kitchen hand, I was like, you are now second chef tonight. And then we called his father-in-law, the Italian guy, Tony. You met him.
Tony, yeah.
He came and did the dishes. And I messaged Lockie that day. I was like, oh, man, are you available by any chance? He's like, no, I'm not, but like, let me know any time. I'll come and help. And after that, Lockie became the number one Perth
Reliable guy.
Yeah.
First, second pick.
What was his excuse? He's sick as a dog.
He was, I don't know. He was like that. He's flaky.
Oh,
And,
can't have that.
Good chef, but you never like. He was my first head chef actually. This guy when I was a first year apprentice. Good chef, but like you just never knew if he was going to come to work or not.
Fuck, that sucks though.
Yeah, you know,
It's the worst. Yeah.
Good chef, but that's the only thing you really need.
Good chef, but
When he wanted to be.
yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah. Any more stories?
No, that's it. That's all the records.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
Good for that.
this has been cool.
It's nice that there's like other people besides Ruda. Like it's
Yeah.
spreading, which is good.
Yeah,
We
but
want-
it's because like Ruda just Rootsy, he just pummels them. You can see he's like bored on his fly in, fly out, or whatever he says he does.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'll leave another minute 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jason, would you ever think about like putting an audio story down, or is it a scary thing to do?
I'm scared right now. So.
What's happening as we
I
go?
don't know. I don't know. I've never thought of it.
No.
I don't think I would either. I just like there's people that do it and people that just listen.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought about that too. It was like who are these people? Not that they'll love them, but
Fuck
So how are they just sending them through on Instagram or something?
No, so we got it's called speakpipe.com, and people just leave messages. Like you can literally on your phone, if you go to the link,
Yeah.
you can just leave a message like that.
Yeah. It's,
And you got a minute 30, and then you can just leave as many as you want. And it just saves straight away.
I appreciated the video message you sent me this morning. That was cool.
What video was it?
He just sent a video of where you guys were. Like he's like, so this is how you get here.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Took a video of the police station, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I know where that is. And then the car park was like, yeah.
You know, that's organisation. You
Yeah.
would have loved
It
that.
was real easy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah, you're
site
welcome.
plan.
Yeah. That was good.
The
Yeah,
site
that's
plan. We
what I'm
needed
all
a front of
about.
house manager with a clipboard just standing right there, for a buffer zone for anything that's going to happen.
I would probably argue with that person though.
Yeah,
I would just be like, "What are you doing?" Like I just like keep everyone
yeah.
like on.
You'd hate to see her standing around. You want to see her moving.
Yeah.
Has Locke made you do a Pernod funnel yet?
No.
No.
Fuck it for that photo funnels.
Fucking who started that?
He did.
Did I actually start it?
I don't know.
All right, I'll claim it.
Jesus Christ.
You were doing Pernod funnels one night. Where did we get the funnel from?
Yeah,
Kitchen?
Kitchen has funnel for squeezy bottles and stuff.
No, it was a proper funnel.
Oh, I probably brought it in. It was probably around Australia Day or something. I still I don't know.
Yeah, there was
Fucking
definitely a reason
you're
we
right,
had
actually.
the funnel.
Yeah, you're right.
Who threw up first?
None of us.
None of us.
Jesus.
No, we're doing Pernos, and then we got one of the
It was
girls
basically
involved
the end.
too.
It was the end of service on a Friday night. I would have
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Wow. Still in the kitchen.
Yeah, because we were down the back with all the with the pastry
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been
Fucking
like
hell.
dessert time. No, I do know where the funnel came from. It was on a break. We went to this like beer festival at the convention center, and we came back with I came back with a helmet with the the thing,
That's right.
Yeah.
and I came back with a funnel. The funnel broke too. It's just shit funnel,
Yeah.
but yeah, Pernod funnels.
Back when they didn't have
Straight
cameras in
Pernod.
kitchens and shit.
How did we hit the Pernod though? We just didn't have anything.
They had it for risotto. We were putting it in a risotto or something at the time.
Right, and that's why
Jeez.
we didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
I do remember vividly doing the Pernod funnels.
We were
though.
idiots.
Like, fucking
Absolute idiots.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but we roped one of the chicks involved too. She had one, and I was very surprised she hit one.
was it Shani?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the owner's daughter.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I was so surprised. She was like, I didn't think she was. I knew she was a little bit loose, or she partied and stuff. But I was like, there's no way she can eat a Pernod funnel. Also, like,
I don't
the
know. I think
owners-
she was pretty much telling us off, like, to stop doing this.
totally. But then she hit one.
But then did
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
You guys shouldn't.
But also, like, I was aware, like, oh god, this is the owner's daughter. So I think she was pretty trustworthy, really, like for shit like that. I think. But yeah,
No, yesterday was probably my max
She didn't want us to do
drinking habit these days, I reckon. And we had a big feed in the middle, but I had like 2 beers at the pod, 2 beers at Beer Farm. That's it.
that was it. Yeah.
No, 3 beers at Beer Farm and then like a little bit of whiskey when I got home.
Nice.
That's a max day.
Yeah.
That's like a lot's going.
Yeah.
I can't do much more than that.
I don't know what I had. I had one beer
A hangover
when we
fucks
got
me
here.
up.
Didn't know. One beer, had a beer at the pod. Had one like ginger beer at Beer Farm.
Yeah.
That was it. Actually, that's not a lot. Oh, and then I had a shower beer when I got home. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, still in the shower.
Nightcap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't
feels
drink
so
hard
good, dude.
anymore. I just can't. I can drink hard, but I just don't want to. I don't want massive hangovers anymore.
No
It's
way.
not. It's not worth.
I got
it.
shit
It's
to
definitely
do.
not fun with kids either.
Nah. Or like even going to work or fucking having to do something. It's just nuts.
The very moment you would be hungover is the moment your kid would come in and only want you to do something with them immediately, and you're like, of course,
Yeah.
of course, yeah, yeah.
All right, fellas, that was wicked. Nice little
Sweet,
cabin
man.
pod.
Thanks for hanging out.
Good luck with the rest of your weekend. You're off somewhere.
heading up north today. It was a couple of nights in Perth, and then we're going up to Dongara which is near Geraldton. Hopefully get a little bit of warmer weather, but
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for coming in.
No, thanks heaps for having us.
Yeah, good luck with the sangers. Next year, what's going to happen?
I have to defend my titles.
Reigning champ, but you've got a full year as the reigning champ. That's pretty cool.
Next year, you can't use truffle.
I should have brought my apron in. Damn, I've got an apron in. So.
I'm gonna if you've got any video, I'll clip it up and I'll put what Mr. Common was. He was so happy he won last year. He was able to dance his little apron. Yeah,
Fuck. No truffle next year. You gotta beat it without the truff.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna have to go
just say you're not going to put it in it.
major.
Yeah, this is the champ does what the champ needs to do.
Telling the champ what to do. See you, fellas. Nice.
Boy.